Hi, hello, how are you? Amanda, Seint artist. We're gonna play with setting powder, and not just any setting powder. This is one people have been telling me to try, and it is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This puppy has been hard to get. Ulta's been sold out of it. I finally did my bulk order with Sephora and I got everything, and so I am going to use this and I'm going to compare it with our vanilla dust because I'm oily, so finding a good setting powder is important. And so I finally got my Milk Hydro Grip refilled, so I'm good for at least another 2 years. And so I'm just gonna grab a little. It's brand new. Come on. It's coming. I feel it. There it is. Took a minute, but I'm gonna grab it. You just need the littlest little droplet. Just like less than a pea size, really. Because I really just focus it here because that's where I want my makeup to really stick. I love the way this stuff sticks and then it just soaks in and it holds my makeup where it is. So good. All right, now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do all my color correcting and I'm just going to correct my redness here. But I wanted to talk about oily skin because it's tricky just the way that dry skin is tricky. And there's things that you can do to help it. But for me, oily skin has always been difficult for me because I don't think I'm extreme oily, but it is to a point that halfway through my day, it does affect the consistency of my makeup when I was using my traditional makeup. And it's what kept me looking for another makeup. And I don't know if it was traditional makeup. I love the way creams sit on my skin, especially with the way that it's changing and maturing. But I will say this, with my oil, it doesn't affect my makeup the same as it did with traditional makeup. It would get really uneven and maybe it caused separation. It looked very splotchy on my cheeks. It would get very crepey and creasy under my eyes. And then around my nose, oh, that was the worst. I'd have cracking on my smile lines, which drove me bonkers. And then in my nose, it would gather and it would gather and it would get gross. I mean, I get very oily right across here. And then a little bit on my forehead, but my cheeks are the hardest part for me when it comes to being oily because that's what I notice first on me. So I'm just gonna do my makeup the way that I usually do. I have found that when I've been sick, my body's going through a change, and so I get hot randomly throughout the day along with at night. So I feel like it almost bumps up the oiliness in my skin. So sometimes when I know, like when I'm under the weather, even when I'm sick, I have to do my makeup differently. So I'm gonna take my translucent powder and I'm gonna prep. Now that I have color corrected, I'm gonna do my under eyes really quick. I'm gonna use my tried and true Frenchie. I could do demi, but I want to do this semi-quickly. But I want to prep. I want to do, you know what? I was going to do side by side. We know how I like vanilla dust, so I will report back. But this is so new, I haven't even taken the plastic off. So we are going to go ahead and do that if I could find it. There we go. I hate when it does that. I'm like, no, wasted powder. Okay. Today's organizing the office day also. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to tip it upside down, tap, 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 and then there should be some on the lid. So that's the amount I think I'm going to use to prep. I'm going to stick with my blend brush. I love this for setting powder, and I'm going to prep where I get oily, which is really right here. I think when it comes to setting powder, before your makeup and after makeup is applied, quite a bit differently. And so I'm going to put it directly on all the stuff, all the large pores, on the cheeks, the mid of the face, even the under eye. I'm going to set this because when I apply my creams over it, it's not going to have that dusty, chalky look because the creams are going to work with it. I am going to grab a little bit more right here, and we are going to go right on the mid of the forehead here because I get greasy right here and it gathers into this guy. I don't have the things that make things not move. I had a dream about it the other night though. So I don't know. I had a dream I was getting ready to get on here to do a lip contouring tutorial. I'm closing this. And the day before I went and I got my lips filled. And I was like, wow. And she put this stuff. It was weird. It was a dream. And I was like, oh no, I'm supposed to be doing a lip contouring for not filled lips. they're gonna know. I'm not against it, clearly. I'm dreaming about it. Okay, I think I'm gonna bump up my highlight color because I feel like it just hasn't been enough for me lately, where I almost feel like when I put it on, I'm like, that's not quite right. And when you're changing tones for winter, that happens. So I've been Athens. Is Athens in there? No. And I'm gonna go to, let's try amber. Is this amber? Yeah. Let's just test amber real quick. Yeah, let's do amber. And then I might use, I'm gonna try not to use bronzer because this is so high, it always gets on there. It's makeup, not magic. Will it transfer? Probably. All right, we're gonna set that there for right now. I'm cleaning my office today. I am determined. I am going to use my blush and bronzer brush, and I'm gonna apply amber. This is a good medium coverage brush, so if you're trying one of your new colors and you're still unsure about it, use that brush. So I'm gonna go in with amber today. It's got a little bit of warmth to it, and I'm gonna bring it just under the jaw and then just blend down. Okay, grabbing it, and I'm gonna come over my scarring here. I always bring my main highlight up over. That's why I can't really do, if I do all the marks on my face, I have to still apply my main highlight. I had somebody make a comment once on one of my shorts that I already started with makeup. Yeah, I did, because I have stuff, so I have to apply the foundation first on me, and then I can mark it up. So yes and no, but I don't think they knew me and the way I do things, but I still like to give full disclosure. When you see me doing the markups, I've already pre-blended my main highlight so that my scarring is covered, because that's my number one priority. I have a breakout right here. I'm just going over it as if it's not there because it may cover it. And then if it doesn't, I can touch it up at the end, then I don't end up with too much makeup. This brush will be your best friend right here. This used to be the best blend forever brush because it's so good for picking up. I always over apply right here. And it's been 3 years, so don't worry. If you feel like you over apply, I still do that. So it's okay. All right, I'm gonna stay with this, and I'm gonna go into my brightening highlight. I had somebody ask me the other day if linen is my favorite. I don't really have a favorite brightening highlight at the moment. And I just like trying all of them for you guys. Linen's good. If you have correcting, I probably wouldn't recommend it, and I do have correcting. So I don't love it, but I like it a lot. So I just don't have a favorite, and that's why I like Seint, is because it's always good. It's always good. I just don't have a favorite, and I think it's okay to not have a favorite brightening highlight. I don't know. I just use them all. White Peach is probably one of my favorites. I love Versailles, but lately with my skin changing, it hasn't been working, and it's been a bit too textury for me. So there's that. I grew out of it, which stinks. Hello, 43. I still have another month and a half. Anyways, we're gonna not talk about getting older. And I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do my latest favorite contouring application, and that is with the fluffy brush. And I'm just gonna come around and put this on. And you're not gonna see a lot of texture where I put those powders, because now my creams are going on top, and the only thing that powder was doing for my oily skin prior to, all it was really doing was absorbing the oil that's oozed out of my skin. That's all that it's done. Oh, that got into my brightening. All right, there we go. And I'm just putting this on like a contour and a bronzer all at the same time, the bronzer contour. And I like these warmer tones, stone, olive. Those are probably my top two brown, warmish tones. Ash is just a skosh cooler than olive, but they are same level. One's just more warm, one's a little bit more cool. And so it really just depends on your skin tone, your hair color, all that stuff, your undertones really. All right, doing my schnoz always. It's not that I don't like it, I just like it better like this. We're just gonna go up and over. And then we're gonna come up and down, tappy, 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 tap around. And then we'll grab some of this and we'll go boop. And it's just fun. I like using my finger too, because it kind of gives me a sense of what my skin is doing while I'm applying Screw this, we're grabbing the detail brush. It needs it. I like my nose to be not boldly contoured, but I like to tell that I contoured it. There we go. That's the business right there. And then we'll just take this little end. Detail brush is my favorite for my nose specifically. There we go. All right, I'm gonna grab a little bit of contour and I'm just gonna hit here and here. I like this really light. That's why I'm loving this brush, because I don't want a lot of transfer. Okay, I'm gonna grab some blush. I'm gonna do my Frenchie. It's my favorite. I like the new Tiny Dancer. I like Frenchie more. And I'm gonna go pink because why not? We're gonna go with pink grapefruit. I've been liking it. It's a great October color. So we're just tapping that onto the high point, bringing it to the cheek. I don't think you need to have a season for blush. Nobody's stopping me in the aisle saying, girl, it's October. You're wearing pink? Yes, I am. Maybe I'll wear bright pink tomorrow. Get out of my way. I got cinnamon to buy. But this is just really pretty. So there you go. If you like it, wear it. If you don't like it, don't wear it. I'm going to use the blend brush under my eyes. I'm going in with linen. We're going to smile, hit the bottom, and then I'm going to bring it up. I tried this with Tiny Dancer the way I do with Audrey, and it's just a little pinker than I like. So Audrey so far has been my best lip and cheek under eye color, like as a corrector and as a brightener. It's really great. And so Tiny Dancer just missed the mark just a little bit for that, but that's okay. It's good for so many things. I can add it to this. I love Tiny Dancer for touching up my Frenchie. If I notice my scarring is still pulling through, RO or R1. R01 or R1 are really great for hyperpigmentation, and I do think Tiny Dancer falls into that little category. So you could take something like the fluffy end and grab a little bit of Tiny Dancer, and you can hit right up here, and it will add this sheen that's just so nice. I mean, and it goes over that hyperpigmentation spot I have, and it can erase it a little bit. I don't mind my skin looking like my skin. It's all a preference of what you want, though, as the end result of your makeup. Like, not everybody wants to contour their lips, but I do, so I do. And so we're gonna get into that Laura Mercier next. And I'm just gonna boom, bang, boom, grab a little linen, boom, boom, boom. You don't have to be, I'm usually, when I do a tutorial, really precise. When you have the placement and the method down packed, I'm gonna grab a little bit of amber, here, and tappy, tappy, tap, grab a, ooh, I'm not using that setting powder today. Just tap that in right there. And then I'm gonna line my lips. I'm gonna use the new color, Spellbound, because it's so pretty. I love it. All right, we're gonna grab a little thingy. I mean, I only use Spellbound. You could tell by the marks on it for lining my lips. I bet this would be a really pretty eyeliner. It won't set, but I'm just saying, okay. If you like a good 90s look, it's so pretty. I'm just gonna use this in Balm. And so I'm gonna color in the corners here. And I'm gonna blend up this line right there. If you want some dimension, Tiny Dancer is really pretty paired with this, just as a middle highlight. Okay, getting this top lip. I'm gonna barely talk. It's so hard to do a tutorial and not talk, because then it's just dead silence and everybody's looking around like, what's she gonna do? She gonna talk? Yeah, I am. I talked through the whole thing. You'd think I'd be better at lining my lips and talking. I'm not. Lining my lips is awkward. It's just awkward for me. Okay. I really hug the edge. I don't like popping off because you can see. All right, I'm gonna go into my balm. I've got my peach balm. It's right here. I use it under my eyes and it's good. And I'm just gonna put this and let it, and have my Spellbound be the only color I use. I'm just gonna blend out this outer lining with my finger. And also, because I'm under the weather, my lips are super dry, so I have a lot of inner lip texture, and this hides it better than using something that's a satin. Okay, look at how pretty that is. Spellbound on its own, but you have to use a balm because it's a satin. It's really hard to blend out, but that is so pretty. I love that. It's so gorgeous. Okay, let's set this makeup with Laura Mercier. I did get a new lip color, but I'm waiting to have my hair straightened for it because I think it's a great holiday lip. It's not a Seint product. It is Taylor Swift's red. Now, you don't have to be a Swiftie to like a good red lip, okay? And I've always loved her red lip color, especially lately. It's this deep red. It's just like this burgundy, I don't know. But it's a Pat McGrath Labs. I got it from Sephora, and it is color Elson 4, and it looks a little orange in here. And then when I swatched it, it didn't look so bright deep. But then when I took it out of here and swatched it on my hand, it is. So I'm excited to try it. I like red on a certain style of lip for me, and I don't have that style of lip, so I'm nervous. Plus with the doe, the doe toe, is that what it's called? That thing? That's really hard to have a defined line. And I'm sure there's a lip liner that goes with this. I should look. It clicks shut too, which is nice. I like that. All right, let's get into setting. So my skin is quite dewy, and it's going to get more oily because I'm sick and it's fighting something, but I'm just in general, I'm gonna sneeze soon. In general, it's very oily. So I'm gonna take the lid. I'm gonna do I don't wanna overdo this powder. I feel like I'm slipping into bad habits already of like days of baking past. But I'm just gonna take the fluffy end of the blend brush and I'm gonna pick it up. And I'm gonna do the same method where I start out here. I'm gonna come down and then I'm gonna come right here and set it down. What is going on here? I need to check something because I feel like there's like, I'm gonna try a different brush real quick because I feel like there's shimmer on this brush. Do you see that? Feels like there's shimmer on this brush. Okay, I need a different brush. We're gonna new brush it. Nope. God, I have so many brushes. Where are they all? Ooh. I love this thing. It holds all my extra brushes. We're gonna use this brush. Okay, I have shit everywhere. Okay, this brush is what I'm gonna go into next because I don't know if there was shimmer in that because it looked a little Georgie on my cheek. So we're gonna grab it and I'm gonna do the other side. You can't see it because the powder's translucent and it's a real clean brush. But I'm gonna go the way I always do and I'm gonna start on the perimeter and I'm gonna come down and in. This is very light, I will say. This is super light. Okay, I have thoughts already. I am really, really getting oily today. Like it's already oily. So the thing with oily skin is, let's try the forehead. Okay. I'm struggling here. Okay. Definitely had Georgia in that brush. So we're gonna grab some here. I'm not grabbing a lot. You can see it there. I'm gonna start out here. You can see where it is. We're gonna come in. Now, I'm gonna use the small end. I'm gonna grab a little more. You really, honestly, this brush, I wish I had a darker brush. Anyway, here's what I'm gonna say. because I have already got thoughts. If you have texture, it's large pores, maturity. I don't want to call it crepiness, but just in this area, I'm not usually, I wouldn't call myself a crepey girl. Okay, there's a lot of thoughts that I have on this. It's going to accentuate. It's very mattifying, and it doesn't let the dewiness show through. I'm very matte. This is giving me days. You can make cream makeup look like your traditional makeup with powder. You could set to your heart's content. This is giving me a little bit of a chalky look that you can't see through the video. And I don't like it. And I don't know if it's because I'm used to the creamy, dewy look, but when I use my Vanilla Dust, sorry, I'm just like, I need my hair big. When I use Vanilla Dust, I'm able to absorb my oil, but leave my dewiness. This side is dewy because my brush had Georgia in it. Mixed Georgia in it, I don't know. But over here, this is really matte. And I don't like it. I don't think it gives a true set, like I don't like it. I like looking like it's another layer of skin. And when you mattify something so much, it's making my skin look crepey in this area, and it never is. And that's where I say you can texturize anything. So now I'm just gonna get on a soapbox here, and I'm just gonna say my makeup preference is that my makeup will always look like makeup. I want it to look like good makeup. Normal skin, natural skin, human skin has a dew that is healthy looking, and it's rich looking, and it's beautiful. And when you slap on a lot of powder, it takes that away, and it leaves behind a very makeup-y look that isn't natural. This is such a hard thing to say. I don't want to trash something because a lot of people love it, and it comes down to, what do you want your makeup to look like? That's it. Like, if you like that matte look, you'll love this powder. If you still want that dewy skin-like finish that's not greasy, you'll love Vanilla Dust. I'm going to continue to use my Vanilla Dust. I like it more. I mean, I was going light with this. I was using my lightest application brush. This side doesn't look bad because there's a shimmer, but it's not a natural finish. I can see right here in a mirror. I got a mirror, it's right. It's caught up on my cords, but it's right here. And I can see texture. And I don't feel like it gives a proper representation of Seint Makeup, but it gives a representation of what a style of makeup is, and that is matte. If you're a Bare Minerals girl and you struggle, if you like the coverage of Seint but you struggle with the finish because you're used to Bare Minerals, this will get you the best of both worlds because you can build it up. I think Vanilla Dust, you'll go through them too long to get the finish you want. This will last you longer. So that's what I think about this. But I wanted to put my makeup on like I always do. The only difference was my powder. And I just think it depends on what you want your makeup to look like. I'm really running on about this. I don't want to say I don't like it because it's a great powder. Okay, I'm going to change it. This is a great powder if you like a matte finish. If you like that skin-like finish where you get the coverage and you get the dewiness of a natural skin look without adding a powder in, like an illuminator like I have Georgia over here, Vanilla Dust. If you want that skin-like finish of Seint, the Seint look, Vanilla Dust. But if you like that good old-fashioned, I don't want to say old-fashioned, if you like that matte finish, you'll love this stuff. I will probably use this, I don't even know. I want to try it on other people. Like if I was doing a trial run of a bride, I will trial run this. I won't. I'm upset. I'm upset because I really don't like it. And it's because I don't like the finish of my makeup. Does that make sense? Like I'm really talking 5 minutes here on It's not that I don't like the powder. I don't like the, it's just not a finish I like. And that's a preference of me, not anybody else. I'm not saying don't get it. It's a great powder if you like a matte finish. I'm gonna leave it at that. Have a great day.